Hi, I'm Tom Shue, and today I want to talk out to the Lightroom users out there. Lightroom's a wonderful piece of software. It does just about everything you need to do in the digital darkroom. It's your cataloging software. It lets you process your raw files. It even has a map module, lets you make books and slideshows. You can do your printing from it. Uh, you can create web galleries. I mean, it does a lot of things. However, there are some times when you want to realize a certain creative vision that you might want to work with Photoshop. Photoshop's layers and blend modes are pretty unique. There's only one other software that I know that offers this kind of functionality, and that comes from On One. Since the Creative Cloud's been released, and a lot of people have been emailing me, saying that they aren't so interested in renting software. Do I know of any alternatives? And I do. And it is On One. Let me show you the kind of power you can have when you work with layers and blend modes in On One. First thing we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this particular image. We're going to do so by holding down the Control key, and that's the Command key on a Mac, and hitting the apostrophe key. I'll create our digital copy. We hit our G key. See, now we have two copies of the same image. Okay, this is copy one. And I'm going to convert this to black and white. So I'm going to go into the Develop module. I'm going to slide down here and grab the black and white. It's going to apply auto corrections for me, which is okay for a tutorial. And I'll maybe come over here and I'll bump my contrast up just a little bit here. Alright, that's great. Now I'm going to hit the G key as in George, and I'm going to select both of these by holding down the Control key, and the Control key is the Command key on the Mac, and I'll select both. I'm going to choose File, and I'm going to go down to Plugin Extras, and I'm going to choose Perfect Photo Suite 7. Now I could use the Perfect Layers, but I'm just going to grab 7 and launch the whole module, the whole software I should say, the whole suite. So there's their first image, and there's our black and white. You can see here that it's an overlay layer, and we can close this up and down by turning this eye on and off just like you would in Photoshop, and we can control our opacity. Okay, here's where the fun comes in, is the blend modes. These blend modes are a little bit different than Photoshop because it gives you a full screen preview of what exactly is happening with your file. So I kind of like the way this soft light looks, right? And I can control how much of the effect goes onto my subjects by the opacity slider. But I have further control. I can come down here and grab this mask tool, okay? And if you use the bracket keys, the same as the shortcut in Photoshop, you can make your brush size bigger or smaller. And if I hold the Alt key, you can see that I changed the minus symbol. See the minus symbol into a plus symbol. So I'm going to be taking away or adding to the mask. As soon as I click, watch this mask get started here. You see there's our mask. And I can control how much I'm taking away, either with a Wacom tablet, pressure sensitivity, or the opacity. So I'm just going to remove a little bit off of her face here. Okay, maybe off of her skin tone down here, maybe a little bit on her arm. I'm going to make this brush a little bit smaller. I'm just going to remove some of that effect there, and I'm going to take some of the effect off of his shirt. Okay, that's looking pretty good to me. Maybe a little bit off of his hat here. Just open up those shadows a little bit. Okay, so there's the before image, there's the after. It's a completely different look. So now we can hit the save key and it will hand the file back into Photoshop as a PSD, which PSD means it retains all of this layer functionality. So if we want to come back later and adjust it, we could. So that's it. You can work with blend modes and layers without having to go into Photoshop. Just look to On One's Perfect Photo Suite 7 for all of that functionality. I want to thank you all for taking time to visit today, and until next time, we'll see you soon.